Sarah Davis and Tuka Suleiman both invested, jointly splitting the shares in the company between them.
So what was it like doing the pitch, standing in front of the panel and having to put your business case across?
It was really scary. You're not allowed to take any notes into the den.
Is that true? You can't take anything.
No, you can't take anything on. I considered writing my numbers on the back of my hand, but the cameras zoom in on things like that, and I thought, then I'm going to look an idiot. So I just my daughter. I've got 2 daughters, and my daughters drilled me before I went, so I knew my numbers off by heart. But it was really scary. They cut a lot of the pitch out, so the pitch was longer than it showed. It had to be 5 minutes, but I think last night there was lots that they didn't show. It was really scary.
And any time there's a product like this and there's a demonstration, you're just hoping it all goes to plan. How did that all go?
Yeah, again, you couldn't quite see last night, but I walked into the den with sand on my hand, and there was a lot of sort of toing and froing before I went into the lift, with people checking sound levels and checking my makeup and stuff like that. And I was thinking, I hope the sand stayed, but of course sand sticks to your skin. That's the whole problem. So the sand stayed on my hand. I knew that the product works. I was a bit worried because the product is a powder that after swishing it off my hands, that I would then touch my dress and have a big powdery handprint. But actually, the powder doesn't leave any residue, so that was fine.
Let's take you back to that moment. You're stepping into the lift. Now, some people go on Dragon's Den as part of a duo or maybe more. Uh-huh. You were presenting solo, no notes, as we just discovered. How did you feel as you were going in and stepping up and knowing what was coming?
I was really nervous, and also I was hyper aware of the cameras, and so I didn't want to come across as nervous. So all the things that you might normally do when you're nervous, play with your hair or sort of talk to yourself, or I don't know, I was aware that I wouldn't do. So I was it was scary. I was inwardly giving myself a pep talk and inwardly thinking, don't do anything embarrassing.
Now, the whole product obviously gets sand off you when you've been on the beach and stuff, but you're nervous, your hands are sweating presumably more than normal. Yes. Was there a little bit of concern that this could mess things up a little bit? No,
I was confident about that. I'd read in advance that you're actually in the den for about 2 hours filming. Yeah, and so I was aware of silly things like make sure you've got comfortable shoes on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because again, you don't want to be thinking about what your feet are doing when you're trying to concentrate. And my head was just full of my numbers and my pitch. But it all worked well. And actually, because you're in there for such a long time, you end up forgetting about the cameras. It ends up being more like a very intense job interview rather than a filming session.
You were talking about having comfortable feet. I've got to mention, we've had a text this morning. Dave's Waves, a windsurfing instructor, says, congratulations, Stephanie, on Dragon funding. If you need a foot model, I've just clipped my toenails. Love from Dave's Waves, the island's premier windsurf instructor. I wouldn't take him. He's got feet like the honey monster. It's not great. How has it been? How has life been since then? Because you presume you had to keep things quiet. You couldn't say anything. I had to keep things quiet. But things have been happening behind the scenes. The American side of my business has really taken off. I think that's partly because America didn't close down as much as the UK during COVID, and partly obviously because they've got the great weather. And so that side of things has been brilliant. And then recently, since the UK has started to get back to normal a little bit more, the orders have been coming in. And then obviously since last night's broadcast, the orders are pinging every couple of seconds. Could you see that happen? Could you see it after it was brought? Oh,
yes.
Wow.
Yeah, in fact, something funny happened. I had some friends around last night. I told them that they were only there to keep me company because I didn't want to give anything away. So I said, I'm really nervous, but actually it was to celebrate. And my phone was pinging whilst we were watching my pitch on Dragon's Den. And my daughter said, switch your phone off, will you? So I turned around to switch my phone off, accidentally clicked the remote control and switched the TV off. And the whole room of friends went, Stephanie! So we actually missed a few minutes.
Was it that bad? You've turned the telly off?
Yeah, strategic.
What a cliffhanger.
What would you say then to someone who's thinking of going in the den themselves, from having been there yourself and gone through it all? What would be your top tip?
Be brave. Know your figures. Make sure your figures are accurate. That's it. Go for it. I mean, it was a great experience. I kept thinking to myself, even if nothing comes of this, what an experience.
Excellent stuff. We're chatting with Stephanie Kelsey, Beach Powder on Dragon's Den last night. Just finally to wrap us up, Beach Powder itself, Tell us a bit about that, and where can we get it now?
You can get it on the Isle of Man. You can get it from Claire Christian Couture in Douglas, the Wildlife Shop in Peel, Peel Beach Kiosk, Indulgence in Ramsey, and the Sailing Shop 7th Wave in Port Erin, or you can get it direct from the website, and it gets rid of sand from the skin instantly. It doesn't contain talc, it's natural, and it's environmentally friendly.
I think the reaction last night of one of the dragons as you came in, if this is what I think it's going to be and
I
it
know.
works, how did you feel when you saw that?
I heard her say it. I heard her say that before I went in, and I thought, this is great. I heard her say that she was at the beach the week before, and if she'd had something like that, she would have loved it. So I thought, I'm on
This is
something
okay.
here.
This is
Yeah.